guys, welcome to my channel. This is my very first sewing video that I'm going to share with you guys in long form. I've done a couple of TikToks, but this is my very first YouTube video on what to do with or whatever on sewing. Hopefully by the intro you will see kind of what the vibe is for this channel. But for today's video, we are going to build a quilt. This is my very first quilt. We are doing it for my little niece that will be born in July, if not sooner. So we are going to build her a quilt. This assembly is going to be very simple. I have a kind of an idea of what I want to do. Me and my mom kind of played with some things earlier in the week on what pattern we should go with and things like that. Today we are assembling and sewing. Hopefully I'll get to some sewing today. But today we're going to just assemble. That's our goal for today. We set small goals so we can get them done. Okay. All right. So very first thing is I started out doing a quilt that was just like solid colors, and it was okay, but I thought we could do better. So I bought some patterned sage green fabric that I think will be really cute and pretty in between some of the stuff. So let's just get to the layout and you'll see kind of what is in my head. Some of these I started on the quilt or like prior to this with the solid colors, and I had the whole thing pretty much mapped out and sewn and everything, but I just did not care for the layout, and it was just bland and blah. So I had a seam rip all that I did, which is fine because I really just wanted this to be perfect. Or not perfect. I don't really care for things to necessarily be perfect. I just want them to be something that she could grow with, for the rest of her little life. I mean, this is something that my grandmother did. This is something that my great grandmother did. And they're all heirlooms. Like all of the quilts that we have are heirloom style quilts, and that's what I want this to be. So we are going to hopefully accomplish that. I have no idea what I'm going to do on the backing though, once all of this is finished. So I may bring you guys along for that, so we can kind of walk through that together. Probably will be in this same video. So okay, so here is our first large panel, and this is kind of what we are going for. We are going for just a checkered vibe. I have some other colors that we're going to add to this green. I think this green is going to be kind of our anchor. By the way, if you see dog hair, like, no, you don't. So please and thank you. Okay. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I have the first draft of the first row. I think it looks good. We're going to add another color on the top row. It's going to be a maroonish kind of color, but I think this is looking good. Yeah, let's add the other. Howie. Thank you. I know it. Okay, so I've got the second row going. Gosh, is it too much pink? Okay, so I ran out of the green of the stuff that I've already cut up. I'm gonna have to just cut up some more. I have a little bit more fabric left, but I ran out, so I can't get a full visual, but this is kind of what it's looking like at the moment. I don't know, maybe it's too much green. Her colors are like a mauvey kind of pink and sage green in her room. So I'm trying to go off of what would look best in her room. But I'm kind of how do people do this? I'm too indecisive for this kind of thing. It's gonna look good. She's gonna love it. Her mom's gonna love it. But some applique would be really cute on this, like an applique duck or something at the very bottom. But I'm not gonna do that. Okay, we are going to stick with what we have. Continue with the green theme. I want to cut out a few more squares, and then we'll cut out a few more squares and add them to the pattern and see how they look. But we're just going to stick with it. I might could get like a different patterned backing, because it'll have like the binding on the sides, so I might could get a different pattern to kind of break up all the green. But we're going to stick with our plan. This already looks much better than what I originally had anyway, so this we're going to stick with this. And so let's do that real quick. Okay, so I am done finishing. Okay, so I am finished putting all of the pieces together. I think this is a good mock-up. I think it's girly and cutesy and very much her room's vibe. So we're going to go with this layout. I hope you can see. We're probably going to start with this size, actually, just 3 long panels, because this is a baby blanket and I am not looking to make a huge, massive quilt. That's for the future. Stay tuned, maybe. But this is what I'm basing this off of, which actually, now that I look at it, is probably still too small. So we may end up doing 2, the whole thing 2, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how far we get. But honest to goodness, she really doesn't need that big. This would be a really cute like roll mat or something, actually. So we may leave it this size. We may add another side to it. But my issue that is going to be running out of the green. I only bought a yard of that, which was great for this size. But using this much green is going to take more than just what I've got, I think. So if we go over this, but I was originally basing it off of this blanket. This is actually my baby blanket that my grandmother made for me, and it's not very big at all. See the sizing? I hope you can see. I hope you can see the sizing, but it's not very big at all. So yeah, this is what I was basing the sizing off of, just because I've already got this one. But we may stick with what we've got. I don't know. We're going to sew it. It's going to take a few days to sew it. We're going to sew right sides together. So the block colors, they are the same both sides, but these greens have a front side and a back side. So we're going to do front sides together, sew them. Hold up. So we'll sew them like this together right down that edge, and I'm probably going to do a very small seam allowance. The initial seam allowance that I did was like 1/2 centimeter, if you can see that. This was an original block that I had in the original blanket that I had a seam rip. So I'm going to prep my fabric. I'm going to iron it really good since I do have like pressed seams already. I'm going to iron it really good so those kind of go away and I have more of a structured panel to work with. And then sew them together. And yeah, so this is going to be a multi-day process, okay? This is not going to be an all-night thing because I refuse to miss out on beauty sleep. So yeah, I'm going to mentally prepare to sew this and get back with you. Okay. I have a confession. I filmed the first part of this video 3 days ago, and have not worked on this project since. So in an attempt to avoid procrastination any longer, I have moved my workstation to my living room. I do have a sewing room, but for some reason it is not calling or speaking to me this week. So I have moved my handy dandy machine to the living room so we can watch the other Bennett sister. And yeah, this is relatively small pieces that we're working with today, and for the time being. So once we get to the bigger pieces, I'll probably move back into my sewing room. But for today, this is how we're going to finish the project that I haven't even started. So we're going to work on a few pieces. I have been going back and forth on what pattern I want to do. I've had it laid out on my dining room table, walking past it every single day, trying to figure out how I want it to look, what it's going to look like, what will be the best color combo. I have decided that we are going to start with the green and pink pieces because I know I like those together and I know those are going to be the bulk of the quilt. After that, I'll probably do some green and white pieces, and then we're going to play around with the quilt after that. So I'm going to do 5 green and white pieces and 5 green and pink pieces and see where that gets me. After that, we will figure out the final quilt piece. So let's get started, and yeah, it's about time. I know what the problem is. It becomes undone right here, and I don't understand why I'm doing it wrong. It does it all the time. I know how to fix it. It's quick fix, but for some reason, it always becomes undone. I control my mom. The direct line is very it's possible to do oneself alone, even in such a close proximity to town. Yes, but in my village, it's quite unusual. Okay, kind of got a little carried away. I finished the pink panels and decided that I was feeling good and just kept going. So I've done 5 pink panels and I've done 4 white panels. We're going to do 9
You guys, my mic just completely stopped working, and I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure I said that I completed about 9 panels for I believe a 3-layer quilt. It ended up being much bigger than that. But yeah, you'll see it in the next clip, whatever I'm explaining. But this is a learning process, guys. Please stay patient with me. Very first video, I will get better at this. But in the meantime, enjoy my little voiceovers and my cute little puppy. You see my puppy and my kitten that just went by.
So I really only need to do one line this way and one line this way because I want to do kind of a checkered pattern. Gosh, is that what I want to do? My ideal, which I think would take up too much time, would be to go over each square like this and like this. So it makes a cross in the middle of each square. That's what I would prefer to do. If I had the time and I wanted to spend that effort, that's probably what I would do. So I'm kind of on the fence. That's what I would prefer to do, but is that gonna take freaking forever? I wouldn't have to measure anything out. I would just go right in the middle of the square. And honestly, I really don't care if it's straight. I want it to look handmade. I'm sorry if he is rubbing against the mic. I am so sorry. Honestly, that's really what I want to do. Oh, I'm gonna be spending all night on this. Okay. But if I can get through that, then I'll be able to get through the backing really no problem. I say no problem, but I've never done a backing. I don't know. I'm gonna rest on this for a few minutes. I can't rest for very long because this has got to get done tonight. Like, I have no options. I want her to open it in front of my family tomorrow. And yeah. Okay. So I did not take into account that my backing fabric was not going to be wide enough. I bought some from Hobby Lobby yesterday because I knew I was going to need some and I didn't want to have to break up what I was doing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't have wide enough fabric. This is what I've got. And it would have been so cute with this. But now I'm having to rethink everything because I don't know what I'm going to do. I have some sheets, old sheets, or actually they're new. I bought them not too long ago. They were cheap and whatever. But I have some sheets that I could possibly use for the back of this. But I really loved this color. I loved this color combo. I'll show you. See, look, you see? Do you see? It would have been so cute. Okay. We work with what we've got. I'm gonna go grab those sheets and we're gonna see if those will work. Okay, so I have 2 options of sheets that I can do for the backing, just so y'all can remember what it looks like. That's what we've got going, okay? So bear with me. All right, I have got this fabric sheet. This is a sheet that I believe I got from Dollar General, if you can believe it. This is yellow, and I I really like it, but her colors are like a mauve and sage green color. So a lot of these bees would have been so great. However, we live and we learn. So maybe I can make a little outfit with this. Not tonight. Okay. Also have just a plain white, which I think is probably what I'm going to end up going with. I wish I could have in real time you all commenting on what would look better, but I think this is what I'm going to go with. I wonder how it would look if I did like a bias tape with the bees. Do I have time for that? Don't know. Honestly, nothing has worked out with this project. It looks good. I mean, it does. It looks really good, and I'm happy with the progress, but I really hate being on a short deadline. I would have had this finished earlier in the week. However, I took a trip to Savannah with my mom and just got back literally yesterday. So I have been going since on this quilt. So, and I did it to myself. My ADHD self kept getting distracted during my work week. So yeah, again, we live and we learn. And so, is the white gonna clash? Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Here's the plan, okay?
Well, guys, we're at the home stretch, but the plan is you'll never know, apparently, because my phone died. Just kidding. You'll know in the next couple of seconds. So, unfortunately, a lot of that did not get recorded because my phone died. And honestly, you probably didn't want to see it anyway because around midnight last night, I kind of lost my mind. So, I'm not even ashamed. But, the quilt is done. Today is the shower. I am so excited that it's done. I'm just gonna show it to you. But I did want to point out that the binding on that's what stressed me out. My cat's up here. He's going to get in the frame in just a minute. It's fine. Okay, so the binding on it really gave me a run for my money, and I kind of had to end up doing some patchwork. I'll show you, but in the grand scheme of things, like, it's not going to really matter. This is my first quilt. I made it for my new niece. So I will have more practice on doing this, and I'm sure she will get another quilt at some point. But I just wanted to make today special for my sister, and of course for my niece. But this is the quilt. Vader, you're in the shot, bro. If you hate it, don't tell me, because I worked really hard on this, and it is a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this. And I'm not even joking. So, but look how pretty this turned out to be with these colors, right? Okay, so Vader, either get in the actual shot or get down. That was funny. Okay. All right, so I'll show you where it kind of went. Okay, also ignore all of that. This room is half done because I'm lazy and I start projects and never finish them. one of these days it's going to be finished, and one of these days I'll have a complete sewing room. But until then, mind your business, okay? All right. So the binding, I made the probably super, I don't know how to even, I made the mistake of cutting the corners like you're supposed to do, but well, like you're supposed to do in different projects, not in this. So it really screwed up what I had available for the bias binding on the corner. Oh, that looks terrible. It really screwed up what I had on the bias binding because it cut out a big chunk. And also I had to make a different, like a corner out of the bias binding, which was so difficult. And I think I started over 3 times trying to get this done and looking good. The bias is not the part that looks good, okay? I'm just gonna be honest. But I mean, it is what it is. I think she'll end up loving it anyway. The thread that I picked, this is the thread I used for the entire quilt, but I just think that that white stands out too much. If I had gone with the pink for this, maybe it would have blended a little bit better and the binding wouldn't look so odd. The reason it's so far up is because on the other side, I don't guess I really know what happened there, but on the other side it looks where it's supposed to be. It's right on that edge. I'm not really sure what happened with that, but yeah, all of my corners, this is probably the best looking corner that I ended up doing, and it's crooked, like, see? It's crooked. So, oh my gosh, my niece is gonna watch this one day and she's gonna be like, oh my Lord. Oh, I'm so, like, this is not pretty. I can do better work. I promise I can. I just, I don't know what happened, to be honest, because it was going great until it wasn't, and it was going and going and going. But I mean, it is what it is. This is an heirloom that she can pass down to her kids. That corner doesn't look just, well, no, it does, never mind. But this is an heirloom that she can pass down to her kids. This is something that I think my sister will really enjoy and really love. My grandmother, she did quilts all throughout our childhoods, and her mother did too, and her aunt, and like it's a whole thing in my family. So for this to be my first quilt, I think I did pretty good. I do know what to work on for next time, and the next time I do this, maybe I'll do another video and take y'all along for the process, and it'll look better than this one. But I really have some plans for some applique quilts. I love applique quilts. Like, those look so pretty to me. But I don't know, we'll see. I have lots and lots of projects. I have lots and lots of things that we are going to do together. So yeah, thank you so much for following along with me on this journey. I will do better next time, and I'm gonna get used to talking to the camera a little bit better, I promise. But we are gonna work on some new projects starting next week, so stick around for that. These videos probably will not go out as often as I would like. I would love for them to go out weekly or bi-weekly for some videos, but I have to work. This is not a full-time thing, and I don't plan on this being my full-time career. As if you watch the introduction video, you'll see why. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you in the next video. And yeah, we've got fun things planned out, so stick around. Okay, bye. Oh no, it's not broken.
I didn't think it was.
Okay.
I didn't think it was.
Oh, I didn't take this tag off.
This was $9.
Thank you. Thank you.
This one was $9. You did really bad at this.
I did. There's like 2 others in there, so just get ready.
They're all 9.
They're all 9.
Cute.
It's a little candlestick.
It's a little candlestick with a bear.
Yeah.
I'm scared of like
You got it.
something's gonna fall out.
Oh, where did you find those?
Facebook Marketplace.
These are secondhand.
Yeah.
For $9.
All of this is secondhand except that pink thing.
All of this was $9.
Modern day quick.
This is what?
It's a tea lamp. Isn't that cute?
That is cute.
I almost kept it for myself.
If it disappears from the room, you'll know it.
Right.
It's at Jordan's house. Don't worry about it. Oh, there's another one.
Another one. It's a piggy bank.
Oh,
Isn't it cute?
no.
There's no bottom to the big
So
There's no bottom.
Look,
if you lift it,
look.
it's all
I
going
didn't-
everywhere.
Look, I may have gotten a little excited, okay?
I was like, oh my god, that's cute.
Yeah, Emily flipped it over. I was like, where's the bottom?
Okay. Crime Prejudice.
Start them young.
Right.
Love Aunt Dan Dan.
Dun-dun.
Dun dun. Law and Order. Oh, cute. It's a little.
It has her name on it.
Oh, it does Aniston Quinn.
Was not thrifted.
It was not thrifted.
Winnie.
Oh.
Bless it. Did you make this?
Oh,
That's beautiful.
I love it.
Thank you.
Emily's gonna use that more than Aaron.
I love that stuff. We wrap it together.
Bless it. I love it. It matches her room.
I know.
It's